Kat, and in this tutorial I'll show you how to make this wave pattern friendship bracelet. I've linked the pattern in the description below. It's fairly straightforward, but if you've never made friendship bracelets before, make sure to check out my video on how to do the 4 types of knots first, and maybe practice on a chevron friendship bracelet before you attempt this one. For this bracelet, it's just a simple wave, and this is a pattern from braceletbook.com. I'll link it in the description below, but you can see it's fairly straightforward. It has 12 steps. So I've pre-cut everything. You can see instead of blue, I'm doing green for the 3 strings, and then instead of white, I'm doing dark blue for these 5 strings. So I've already cut them. I've cut 2 blue in 60 inches, and then 1 blue in 30 inches, 1 green in 60 inches, and then 1 green in 30 inches. And I've got those 60-inch ones all gathered up together. I've made a loop in the very center of them and folded them over, and now I'll tie all the strings together in a knot. So there's the loop for the beginning of my bracelet, and I'll just clip that up in my clipboard. So I've laid out my strings, and like I said, the white in this pattern I am using navy blue for, and then the blue in this pattern I'm using green for. So I've laid them out in order that they appear at the top of the pattern. I've got green, blue, green, blue, green, blue, blue, blue. And now I'm ready to get started. For my first row, I'm going to start with 1 forward backward, and then 3 backward forward. For the second row, the outer strings will come out because this is a 1-2 pattern, and then you'll pair off the rest of your strings and do 3 forward backward. Third row, outer strings come back in. Start with 1 forward backward. Then 3 backward forward. Fourth row, outer strings come back out. Start with 1 backward forward. And 2 forward backward. Fifth row, outer strings come back in. Start with 2 forward backward. And 2 backward forward. Sixth row, outer strings come back out. Start with 2 backward forward. And 1 forward backward. Seventh row, outer strings come back in. Start with 3 forward backward. And 1 backward forward. 8th row, outer strings come back out. Start with 2 backward forward. And 1 forward backward. Ninth row, outer strings come back in. Start with 1 forward, backward. One backward, forward. One forward, backward. And one backward, forward. 10th row, outer strings come back out. Start with 1 forward, backward. One backward, forward. And one forward, backward. 11th row, strings come back in. Start with 1 forward, backward. And 3 backward, forward. Twelfth row, outer strings come back out, and do 3 forward, backward. So that was the 12th and final step, so you can see the pattern is starting to take shape. So just go back to step 1, you can rewind the video and keep watching it as many times as you need to repeat the pattern and make your bracelet as long as you want it. And when you're finished, tie off your bracelet and finish it off with a couple of braids. And that is your finished bracelet. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, hit the like button and subscribe, and you can follow me on social media at Katrinaosity.